welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be making and showing you how I did these two gnomes. I will show you how to do it 3 ways. Hopefully I'm able to do it with the rice that I have. 3 ways, and all that you need are socks and rice, and the embellishment and the decoration really depends on your creativity, on what you have on hand or what you really want to put on it. Like on this one, you can see I made him a little bit kind of snowy themed. Here is how he looks from the front and the back. That's how this gnome looks. I've seen a lot of videos on how to do them, and I'm going to show you how I think to do them 3 ways. And this one looks kind of like a Santa Claus, a little bit different with the beard, but I'll show you what I did with this guy. And if I get with the rice, I will show you how to do it with one of these styrofoam cones. I did get this from the dollar store. Pretty much everything here is from the dollar store. Or it cost me $1. So what you need is these socks from the dollar store. They come two in a pack, 2 pairs in a pack. So there's 4 socks, so 4 gnomes. And this is the fits shoe size 1 through 7. This is in the kit section, and it's 2 pairs, and it's the long cuff, the long cuff, because if we get the smaller ones, it's not going to be good. And for this other one, I did get this sock that is size 5 to 9, and this is a Christmas sock, and it has the little face of the Santa Claus right here, and I'll show you how I acquired him. And of course, the cone that I told you I also got from the dollar store. Hopefully I get time to do that one. And the rice. Now this rice, I think I got it from the 99-cent store. I think it cost me 99 cents. You can also find it at the dollar store. I'm thinking this a little bit smaller. This is a 5-pound bag. And of course you will need scissors to cut, you will need your hot glue to stick, and embellishments and little things. I will be using these fuzzy sticks, also called pipe cleaners. This one's have the festive ones, kind of like tinsely kind of thing. And then I'll be using mini ornaments over here because I want to make it themed Christmas. Now besides these socks that are the base of your gnome, you'll need of course beer and something fuzzy for the bottom. I also got, this is the fuzzy socks I got. They're a little bit sparkly as well. I did got them at the dollar store. You can only get one pair per packet, but in reality you get the ability of you see this, two gnomes if you really wanted to use these. And then for this one right here, this gnome right here, I use the sock as well from the dollar store, and it had these little sticky things like for you to prevent you from falling, and I kind of left it on that in front so it will kind of look like snow or something like that. And so I'll be showing you how I will be doing it with these socks and my base socks. And for the beer, I using the auto microfiber cleaning cloth that I got. I think I got this at the 99-cent store. You can also find it at the dollar store. I just didn't find it at the dollar store. It's a little bit fuzzy, but it's not so hairy beard looking like hair that a gnome would have. I did cut it a little bit rough on the edge, and it still looks like a little fuzzy beard. You can always go to the craft store and get all those fuzzy cloth that look like fur and do it that way. So let's get started to showing you the base of how each of them, all of them will look. So you will grab your sock. This is your white sock, and you will fill it with rice. I do 3 cups of rice in each of the gnomes, and to make it like stiff and steady and able to sit and hold a body. So let's get to it. your gnome filled with rice. You could like see, you make a little body here, it has a nice shape to it. Right at the end, you can use either thread or a rubber band. I'm going to be using a rubber band that I have from my children's. They're skinny rubber bands. Like that. And we still have all this part of the body or the sock. I'll tell you that if you want, you can also fill it up with cotton or anything else that you have. You will need some kind of a polyfiller. I did found this big bag for $1.99 at a thrift store, so I was lucky with that one. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it and shove it on the rest of the area, the part here where the sock is. Make it more like a base to continue the big head of the gnome. And then going to get another rubber band and clip over here on the top. And now we have more of a base. Now over here, you're gonna grab a little pinch right here to make a nose. So we're gonna grab a little pinch with the rice. Try to keep the rice in there, in the little ball. Get one of your little rubber bands, or you can put like yarn, thread it, or thread and then do it that way. Then we have a nose. There you go. I'm going to show you how I did this one. I'm going to show you, meaning I'm not going to completely do it because I'm going to show you a different way. This is the sock. And all I did with this one, like this, is put it in there because it already has the beard. So I just put the sock in there and kind of arrange where my nose is, the pinch one is, and put it on the front. Now we have a nose for the Santa Claus here. I kind of arranged the little thing over here. And then either you can pinch it like I did with this one. I used a little rubber band. Or you can leave it like that. It makes it look like that. I grabbed a piece of fabric that I had from my Balprons I sew. And I just wrapped it around and made the cone. Not the cone, the hat. Then I decorated with pipe cleaners that are Christmassy, and that was it. If you're lucky to find them, I'm pretty sure that you will. They're at the dollar store. You don't get to cut any part for the beard, and you also get to have little eyes, and you kind of reduce a step with this sock. This one, it will look just like that. Now, for the other part, this is your base again for if you're going to do it with a cone. If you do it with a cone, you're obviously not going to put the you're not going to put the polyfill in there. You're going to put your cone in there. So when you have your cone, you have another base, and your gnome gets to be a little bit taller. And you see, and then you wrap it around with fabric or another sock, like how I will show you now. That's your second way of doing a cone. Again, with the same base of the gnome, like that. That's your second one. Third, how I will do this one. This one has this little critter over here. Now, for this one, I'm going to have I have my pink base right at the bottom, and I'm going to cut right where the heel ends. Right about there, just like that. And I'm going to be using the part where the toes go to put it right in. We get our hot glue gun, and we're going to put hot glue all around it. Be careful you don't burn yourself. and pull the sock right to the top. Now this step is totally optional, but I do blush the nose. I just grab a random blush that I have somewhere in there and blush my nose. I do it before I do the beard because my beard will be white, so I don't want to dirty it with blush. So there's my nose. Just a regular brush. This is actually a bronzer. Then we have the bottom. Over here. Now for the top, I will be using the black sock that I have here. And now for this part, I will be using the entire sock because I want it to be long. You can also, like, if you want to, you can also cut this and put this part on the bottom and put this part on the top, and you will use the whole sock. But I want it to be long and kind of scrunchy, so the heel part I will put towards the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my sock right here and make it, I'm going to pull it a little bit, just like that. Try to bring it a little bit towards the bottom, like this, and kind of pull it and make little ruffling parts over here. Actually, the heel, you want it to be towards the front. Towards the front, towards your nose, towards your face. So you get those rubber, like those rappelling things. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and glue this part over here. Let me get back a little bit. I forgot about this step. We're going to glue it just to make the structure a bit more stable. So let's go ahead and put our sock right in there. Remember, put the heel right where the nose is so we can have the rapply, kind of like wrinkly part of the gnomes. We can go towards the other side. I'm going to fold it just a bit like this. For the dollar store socks, I don't recommend for you to cut them because they do get a bit loose. Look, this is the base for this one. I cut on the bottom. This was the base. And look, they come apart. So that's why I just use the entire sock when it comes towards the top. And then we're going to grab our handy dandy hot glue gun. I did make a little fold here. And going to make the hot glue go towards the bottom, so it kind of looks like his hat, it's sagging. Remember to be careful. Hot glue, it is hot and can burn your fingers because also the socks are really on the bottom. I'm going to be using this kind of a yarn thread that looks like woolly for the waist of my gnome, because we want to have, of course, we want to have a body and a head. So we're gonna make sure all the rice is settled kind of like a cone structure. Make your little waist and hinge it just a bit. That, and it stays on the bottom. Before we forget, that's what I was forgetting, we're gonna make his little beard. He is wearing pink, but men can also wear pink. We're gonna grab a little fiber cloth here. If you find the fur, it way better, but it's a bit expensive, so that's why I went with almost everything dollar. So we're gonna cut a like triangle, and on the edges I'm going to make them a little bit rough, and so it looks like a beard. one side of the fiber cloth, it's a little bit fussier than the other one. When you cut, try to make sure it's like a triangle shape. Just like this. It's rough. Look at this. This is a little bit fussier than this part. Look at this. You see? Fussy this. So we want to make this part on the back. So like this. Make sure that when you have your beer, you can tug it in there. So we get our hard glue. Make sure the fussy part is towards the middle. This actually, the beer actually goes before your hat if you want to make sure to do that. You hot glue right at the edge of the nose because that's where we want the beer to be, and tuck it in there just like this. His little beer. You can obviously do this step before you put on the hat, but it does the job either way. There is his little beer. Now for the top, I want to use some of the ornaments that I have here. That is how I do this gnomes, how I did this gnomes. Remember, you can use a full sock if you find one. You can save that part for the beer. You can make it full with one sock or two. Look at how cute he looks. Look at that. Look it. Oh, you can use a cone like I showed you. That you can use a cone. Look it, they look so different but so alike. Kind of looks like Santa Claus because he has his little eyes. All gnomes are kind of hidden under their little hat. Their things are hidden. But there you have it. That is all that I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you like the ideas that I gave you with just sock, with a completed sock or a cone. Hopefully you like my ideas. All the decorations, it totally comes up to you. Anything that you want to put goes for it. Hopefully you like these ideas and you can copy them. You can tag me in your pictures and follow me on the Instagram, Nena's Bubbles, or send it to my Facebook as well. The links will be down in the description box. And subscribe, like this video if you like for me to do another video about this gnome with a different theme, or show you exactly how, or anything else that you would like. I'll be probably coming back to these kinds of crafts soon and make it another theme. But look at that.